fights, tag 3 members, drop an ult on top of them as well, so by the time they come out of their initial CC, they're already put to sleep, and hope you can get the job done from there.
His Raptors and immediately trying to wrap around bot. It's this Poppy, very potent gank coming through.
Okay, this is going to be a big problem for the bot lane of RNG. First blood goes to Beishwan.
Chachi just never uses his flash. Beishwan changes his out and says, look, we'll just get ourselves.
And I don't know if the plan B track could get you there. They kept moving over to the mid lane. He's been so good at roaming over as Satab is caught in a 3v1. He's going to flash over the wall. Milky Way going to flash after him, and he'll pick up his first ThunderTalk. Milky Way on the faded Ashes spike that everybody likes to joke about. It has a lot of truth to it. Feather did a nice job getting good damage down onto Jachi. He's trapped. Wait a minute. He could be dead. He's going to get bailed out, but he's going to bleed out. He will fall. Nagetta is going to be the next target. He's having trouble trying to get away. The root is there. Feather and 1xN playing great.
And the 1xN bot lane, man.
Milky Way looking to chase him down. Feather and Beishwan up at the top side. Flash forward as they want Jachi dead again. And they may be able to find him. Is he going to be able to get bailed out? Does he have
1
enough to get
second, here
away?
we go.
The root is there. And Feather continues his onslaught on the bot lane of Orange. Satab is going to be forced to flash away, but they're unable to bail out the top lane. The first turret will go over.
Okay, so they did have vision of this. They will be seeing that RNG are starting up the dragon. 6 grubs, very important though. I mean, they've already gotten rid of the first turret. I want to see how Satab is going to be able to play the map here, because he can very easily get push and then realm warp down towards the bottom lane. And 6 grubs, if you're able to kind of pick up matchups or pick up some CS in the side lane, still pick up camps where Niket.
Niket's flashing forward. He's going to get his ultimate off. He gets pulled back as well. They're going to go focus Beishwan here. He's able to die, and the red carpet gets rolled out by Hoya as he starts to chase him down. Milky Way going in, trying to put 3 members to sleep. The question is there the follow-up? Tangyuan gets to 1xN, trying to deal with him. Feather gets rended and goes down. Hoya running away. ThunderTalk running scared. 1xN's got to stand tall, but he crumples under the pressure. Feather really far off to the side and probably thought that he lost his opportunity for a big ultimate. ThunderTalk, never the ones to not dust themselves off. They're going to go and crunch this bottom lane outer tier 1.
So they'll lose out on the plates, but that just means that the turret becomes that much easier to take down. And with 6 grubs, they take another turret. I think the fact that RNG have been able to keep their mid-tier 1 is a boon for them, as it does mean that it's a little bit harder, but it also means that it is a lot easier for TT to make a play around this mid-tier 1 if they're able to control vision around this objective.
XN gets tagged. Here comes the call. The Forge God coming through. It's going to knock up 3, and they manage to find 1xN. He's getting low. Will he be able to survive? No, but Jachi dies on the backside, and here comes Tangyuan to the back line on top of Hoya, on top of Feather. Xiaozhu running them down as well. Hoya gives his life to try to save his support, but no can do as he gets knocked up, and it's another kill for Milky Way. RNG fighting back.
They said the early game was horrendous, but hey, this mid-game... Make sure that Beishwan and Feather are linking up together. We have not really seen these duos being able to walk around the map, and make sure that we're confirming the crowd control for someone like Feather, right? Because Nico Ultimate is very predictable. You can see it coming from a mile away if she's not immediately cloned or coming from Fog of War. So we need to see these two and the rest of the team really kind of gather together. Rod of Ages, a fully stacked tier of the Goddess, but not quite finished on that Muramana. So once those items come in, that's like that ticking time bomb that we're looking at TT to really come online, as some of those second items, again, are starting to breach that near moment for players across the board.
All right, Beishwan, let's see what you got. Driver's license is been revoked. Boo. And Shelly's not going to even go to the bottom side. Sure, she probably wasn't going to charge anyway, but still very sad.
I think that there were some questions as to whether or not Milky Way is going to be able to replicate some of that spring performance. And so far this year, this has not been the case. He's had some okay games, but he has not really been the guy for RNG. And that is also reflective, I think, of some of their placements early on into this year. So they're going to go for that dragon, and I like what we're seeing from TT. Play the map. You have this rise. You have these 6 grubs. Force RNG to get into a really tricky situation. And maybe, Yanni, maybe it's a little too late because now 4 minutes before here for ThunderTalk. Hoya now on the side lane. This is RNG having to just make their call. They have to be able to start up this Otacon. Hoya will be able to TP.
All right, Hoya going to TP into the mid lane. Tangyuan has to deal with 1xN and Beishwan as Saytap roam warps in. Tangyuan dashing away, using the Blast Cone, trying to link up with the rest of his team as the Otacon has gone down. He now has the revive passive. So if he goes down, it's not all bad. Whoa.
No, but now we're using the flash from Saytap. He already has the respawn. This was, I think, ThunderTalk getting a little too hyphy. Yes, they tried to make that play.
Vision, but the Baron has been started. It's down to 10,000 HP. Call the Forge God coming in. Tangyuan manages to get on some key targets. Big knockups there on Hoya and Saytap. Zhaozhu is tanking them all up as Tangyuan got forced away. The Realm Warp coming through as they're looking to kill the mid laner of RNG. Feather off to the side, finds Milky Way in the Pop Blossom, but he lives. Jachi is dashing in, but he's hitting a clone, and they can't get into the mid lane. Niket will fall. Milky Way only putting one member to sleep as 5 members set, so both teams short-handed on ultimates. Alk dragging down to about 8,000 HP. Milky Way needs to be the one to get in there. He could potentially save the game for his team. Hoya's ultimate just doesn't do anything. Beishwan going all the way in. They find Jachi. Beishwan is low. Milky Way forced away. Tangyuan in the middle of the fight. He's got to make big Ambessa plays, but he gets blown up as Milky Way can't do anything more. Saytap and Feather pushing forward. Call the Forge God coming through, but you got no health bars left as RNG melts away. Milky Way goes golden, but you're stuck in gold because these guys are challenger over on ThunderTalk. It's an ace.
Yeah, but it's not clean coming in from them. It's just, hey, you're missing out on those ultimates. I think RNG trying to pull the trigger a little too soon. You just lost your Otacon buffs. You need to be able to wait, stall out the enemy team. And now a full-on ace. That's just going to be the Baron going over to ThunderTalk in a pretty big win.
The savior of ThunderTalk,
the big have to be legendary from RNG if they want to stay in this first game of the placement stage here in LPL. But this was about what we could have expected, I think, coming into this matchup. TT, they had some really good games from Split 1, and while I think some of the jitters of playing on stage are starting to catch up with them here in the first game, RNG just do not look equipped in this game to actually play. The bottom lane win condition never got off to a good start, and then we saw that the mid and jungle, so far Tangyuan has had a really rough game 1 to start.
Yeah, their composition's so good in these skirmishes with their big ultimates, but when you're down that far that early, it makes it that much harder. ThunderTalk is that much stronger. You need to overcome this deficit so in later fights you're not ahead anymore. You're more on even footing. And RNG was never able to turn it fully in their favor. Now both inhibitors down. Here comes the call of the Forge God. They can't find 1xN. Feather coming through. Big double Pop Blossom, and 1xN is free hitting. Niket wasn't even there. Jachi gets rooted. Milky Way going for a big sleep, but he gets put to sleep as Niket is pulled back by his support looking to save the KDA. The turrets go down, and ThunderTalk win their first game of the double round robin.
They make it look easy as well. They smashed